Welcome to the No Limits Playhouse. It's Axis and Allies, Global 1940 YouTube game with Her Jones, me, Bluegrass General, Sending to You, and War Party. And since Hunter is away doing things personal, he's unable to finish the game with us, so Bluegrass General has graciously took over his France and China, also UK turn. And right now, Bluegrass General doesn't have time to do his turn, so he asked me to do it. And since I'm his enemy, the other side, there will be no conflict of interest since these two turns of the Anzac and French, there will be no dice being tossed, just purchases and moves, so no conflict of interest there. And so to get the game along, Bluegrass General asked me to do his turn for him, so I will. This is indicate what he wanted to do. So we're going to do Anzac first. He's got 20 in IPCs. He's going to spend all of it on a cruiser and a destroyer, which is 20 IPCs. All spent. And he's going to do no battles. So, let's see what he wants to do. What he asked me to do. If we go over here, those two Anzac fighters on the American carrier in the Season 64, he wants them both to travel to Quebec. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And those two Anzac infantry will remain in Egypt, as long as the one in Malaya as well. But the fighter in Hawaii, he asked me to take it out and move it to the west coast of the United States. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's in the western United States now. So New Zealand infantry should stay put as long as the grounders in Australia itself, and his ships off the coast of Sydney will remain there as well. So all there is to do is put down his purchases of a cruiser and destroyer off the Sydney coast, and he's on 10 on the charts there. So he'd be collecting 10, along with his national objective of controlling Malaya, which is another 5. So he'll be collecting 15 for his next turn. Okay, so let's go through the key cap of the Anzacs. So the Anzac now has 2 fighters in Quebec, 2 infantry still in Egypt, 1 infantry in Malaya, 1 infantry in New Zealand. All the way in the western United States, he has a fighter of the Anzacs there as well. In Queensland, he still has 2 infantry and artillery. And in New South Wales, he still has 2 infantry and 2 AAs. And off the coast in Sydney is 3, I believe, 1, 2, 3 cruisers, 2 destroyers, formidable fleet. What is he going to do with it? Okay, and as I indicated before, you'll be collecting 15 for his next turn. So now the French. The French don't get any money, so it's just going to, have no battles as well. So he asked me to do this. Pull the plane off of Morocco into London. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The Moroccan troops will stand pat there, as he indicated. The French cruiser, the French destroyer, will stand pat in 72, as he wanted me to. But this troop in French Equatorial Africa will be marching into Sudan, and one in Transjordan into Egypt, furthering his defense in Egypt. So that's it for the French. Of course, they collect no money. So let's recap on the French stuff on the map. You'll have 2 infantries in London, along with a fighter. In Morocco, you'll have 2 troops as well. In Sudan, he has a troop. He just moved 1 troop into Egypt. And in Zone 72, he sends a stand pat with his French destroyer. And that's it. That's it for his turn. So no battles. We're done. So no toss, so no conflict of interest. Even though I'm of the opposite side. But he was gracious enough to get this game started again, since he's busy with work during the week, so he asked me to do it for him. So it was gracious for him to do so. And so afterwards, this is still round 3. This will be the end of round 3 with the French turn, the Anzac turn. We'll be going to the round 4, but before we do so, I'll be going to a recap of round 3 of this war that we had. And since it's pretty much late, near my bedtime, I'll do the recap tomorrow, and afterwards I'll do my German turn for round 4. So stay tuned. As always, Allies, Bluegrass anyways, he has all the Allied forces now, since Hunter Jones is unable to do his turns for personal reasons that he has to take care of. May all your rolls be 6s, or maybe even 5s. Bluegrass, what are you playing against now? Playing against us Axis forces. No limit out!